Giant Castries East in the house. Philip Joseph Pierre all the way.
Yeah.
Good morning, Jaim. Ring for all the way.
Ring.
Jaim, ring. AP ring a Castries South. Là où nous finit Tommy Descat. Ou même canal là de can nettoyer full à choix. Là you gani boy garder pour lier boy. Ring.
Jaim, from Latuni Viewfort. Ringy.
I want you to play this clip for me, please. Pakatan, to Flobo happen. Flobo Pakatan, to Flobo happen.
Listen, see. When we go your color, let's one book must listen. See, terrifying no kako must lot side la. We're gonna take the final call and we'll call it a day, alright? Lancy Delma, good morning. Saka fetula kachebe. Ano po call sa? Lancy, mo ka na good time la mo ka we Ermin Sylvester. Bonjour.
I'm a mystery. You cannot read me. I'm a mystery. You cannot ring me. Ring the bell. Tell me. Earring. Tell me. You have one sir. Bell. Ring the. He had a press conference. Press conference. They didn't finish. Pièce mystery, et bien, millions dimanche, nous avons match à Saint Jude. Et rouge, pour ça, meilleur picture.
All right. Well, nous passons à les arrivés, mais continuellement à voir et voir vidéo, et voir clip, ring. Les messieurs qui veulent venir pour le programme, ça fait nous c'est
Now we are on NBC television, radio 91.3 and 91.5 FM. Welcome to another episode of People First. And I'm here with my trusted technician, Mr. Nigel Nicholas. Today is a good day. Hearing it? These days I'm coming into the studio and I'm very happy. You could tell why it's a good day to be Labour. It's a good day to be a Labour supporter. I woke up this morning to the news that will be the official handing over ceremony of the St. Jude Hospital. It's been 16 long years, 15? It's been too long. 4 prime ministers, spanning several administrations. Finally, it's in sight. And on Sunday at 2 p.m., all roads will lead to Viewfort for that historic day. That historic day when the contractor will officially hand over the building to the people, to the government and people of St. Lucia. Not just the people of Viewfort, but to the government and people of St. Lucia. Oh, happy day! Oh, happy day. It's a happy day indeed. And every St. Lucian, I do not care what your political stripe is, you ought to be happy for that day. Now I'll come back because I'll come back to St. Jude, because just over an hour ago, the St. Jude Hospital, well, I don't know if it's the committee or whatever, they have their Facebook page. They released a little statement that I will read, my technician will read. But the bell has been sounded. We go to the polls. And we're not going to campaign on Mipwi. That's not our style. We're going to campaign on our record of achievement. I know these days from promises to reality is a very scarce commodity, but I'm urging every single one of you to get your hands, if you can, on a copy. And although it's 35 pages, it could easily have been 70 pages, because there's a lot more that we have done that is not captured here. And we're going to deal with that on the platforms as we go around the country, telling you of what it is that we have done. And as I tell you what it is that we have done, I have to tell you what it is that they did not do and they're promising to undo. Because I saw a video of a man, a desperate man, a deflated man, a defeated man, saying that when he comes back, basically saying when he comes back, the youth economy will be done away with. Imagine that. And he's going to tell the young people, go to the SLDB. And you know that the conditions there are so much different and stringent. How are you going to tell a young man, he has nothing to his name, to go to SLDB? You know, the youth economy serves a different purpose. You know, it is there to us. We'll deal with that this afternoon, the real issues. But let us first take video, just play video one. And then we will take it from there. Let's have the Prime Minister list his achievements.
When we came into office in 2021, our country was on its knees. Our country was already crippled by mismanagement, corruption, and recklessness. Businesses were closing, people were losing jobs, and faith in government had been destroyed. You trusted the St. Lucia Labour Party to put you first and renew hope in government. And I can say with pride, we did not just promise change, we delivered it together. Ladies and gentlemen, in July 2021, our economy was in decline. Allow me to illustrate the state of our national debt when the St. Lucia Labour Party lost the 2016 elections and returned in 2021. The Economic and Social Review 2024, Table 46, page 141, outlines the national debt of St. Lucia and other outstanding payables. In 2016, when the United Workers' Party were elected into office, the national debt was 60.9% of GDP. Outstanding payables due to local suppliers was 22.9 million. In 2021, under the United Workers' Party government, even with a rebased GDP, the national debt was 81.9%, an increase of 20% under the United Workers' Party government. Outstanding payables due to local suppliers escalated to 130.5 million, an increase of 469% over 2016. In 2024, under the SLP government, the national debt is 73.5%, a reduction of 8% from 2021. Outstanding payables due to local suppliers, 79%, a reduction of 39%. And as of September 2025, outstanding payables is 38.9 million, a 700% reduction from 2021 under SLP administration. Ladies and gentlemen, these statistics clearly show the level of debt inherited by the St. Lucia Labour Party government and the progress made thus far. Together, we built an economy that was in decline. We have experienced economic growth and primary surpluses. Unemployment is at its lowest on record. And youth unemployment, although not an acceptable level, is declining. We created thousands of jobs through new investment and revived agriculture, tourism, and construction. Existing businesses are expanding and reporting record profits, while several new businesses have been established. Foreign investment has returned after 5 years of stagnation under the United Workers' Party. New hotels are being built, and the construction boom is evident. We paid public officers the outstanding and current back pay due to them. Public servants received a 13% pay increase, and for the first time, a bonus at Christmas. We proved that when the Labour Party leads, the country moves forward. I am Philip J. Pierre, Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Economic Development and the Youth Economy, and Minister for Justice and National Security. The numbers don't lie. We have delivered. Previously, economic growth had stalled, unemployment was high, and many struggled to find work. Today, St. Lucia has experienced its highest economic growth in years. Unemployment is at historic lows, and investment has surged, totaling over $3 billion. Real growth, real jobs, real prosperity. That's progress you can measure.
You're hearing from the Prime Minister himself when he took over. Now he doesn't complain. He's a guy, he doesn't complain. He assessed the situation, he saw the mess we're in, and he called his civil servants, he sat down, think tank, and they set about righting the country, putting the country on the right trajectory. He's not telling you that, well, he used percentages and stuff. Let me try to break it down in simple terms. Our debt to GDP ratio was 101. 101%. In other words, for every $100 we earned, we were spending $101. That is the mess that this reckless guy and his team of miscreants had left for us. And the Prime Minister had to set about righting that wrong. And don't forget, when these guys came in, they benefited from a rebasing. And the economists will tell you that what it does, they expanded the goods and services, so you got a bigger number, the economy expanded, and the debt to GDP went down. And so they had endless fiscal space to borrow. And borrow they did. They borrowed up the kazoo, so to speak. And all for what did we get for all that borrowing? Nothing. No projects, nothing to show. Except that our debt to GDP skyrocketed to over 100%, 101. If these fellows were left in power, then we would have been in Greece territory, you know. Debt to GDP ratio might have reached 150%. But Philip J. Pierre came in, saw the situation, he went to work, and we have lowered that now to about 73%. That is a remarkable feat, a remarkable achievement. You understand? I like to say that to flying trains, a remarkable achievement, because I mean we were staring down the precipice, the abyss, at 101% debt to GDP ratio. Man, that was disaster. But with the steady hand of Philip J. Pierre, prudent management, we were able to bring that down from 101 to about now 73. You heard him, the payables, $130 million. Say, Bugla borrowed money, but they were not paying the debts. And so it went down now. It's all just about $30 million because Philip J. Pierre has injected, you know, well, he has paid the contractors and the service providers for money, you know, the money owed to them. And now, just about 30 million, and I'm sure, you know, in the next iteration of this administration, we will wipe that out. Because when you work, you ought to get paid. You don't do that to people. If they have provided a service, they have worked, and you know the quantity service, and everybody says, yes, the work has been done properly, you have to pay the fellas. You're not like this. Oh, man. So, we are extremely happy our progress. And the Prime Minister, very steady hand, he has been able to guide this country. And this country is extremely well managed, well run. Don't care what fella say. I saw a fella in a press conference. Vex. He say he change, eh? me say like a two-way. Me say fast. Hey! You could see on his face defeat. He's deflated. The air, you know, on his wings. That has gone. So he said talking about Shinya. Gone. Our country is extremely well run. Philip J. Pierre has been an exceptional captain, following the footsteps of Clive Lloyd, if you want to use a cricket analogy. Clive Lloyd, tremendous. He knows when to hit it for six. He knows when to play it safe. He knows when to leave alone. You understand? And he has done, I mean, God has blessed him with wisdom. And you notice he's not a charlatan. He's not a show-off. He's not a boaster. He's just a man going about his business as he should. And he's right. And he has HMS Helen, our ship, sailing smoothly. It's waters he encountered. We have been saying. Let's hear from Emma Hippolyte, video free.
I am Emma Hippolyte, Minister for Commerce. This is how we have protected your pocket. Worldwide, fuel prices surge, hitting household budgets everywhere. But here in St. Lucia, we have spent $8.9 million subsidizing your cooking gas prices. That is real savings, real protection for you and your family. Real progress that you can rely on.
People talking about the cost of living, etc., and price of goods. Go to New York now, Canada. Your thing is, some people believe that St. Lucia exists in a vacuum, you know, in a bubble, and nothing outside there. You know, all these tariffs and all these things, this trade war, it affects us. Prices of goods in the States, and I have friends, I have family up in the States, you understand? Acquaintances up in Canada. They'll tell you things are extremely expensive. And our government has done all it could to remove the 6% service charge, you know, zero rated and exempted from VAT, and over 70 items, you know, to make life easier. But people are saying, what else can he do? The 6% service charge, that's what government has collected. That has been done away with. We can't control the landed cost of goods. We are subsidizing the price of cooking gas. Is it true, says they're going to remove it completely? Anyway, you know, everything is in our, you know, to grow more of what we eat. We have to grow more of what we eat and eat more of what we grow. You understand? We have to develop a taste, an acquired taste now for for our thing, our plantain, our macaboo. Very alkaline, I understand. Our macaboo, our green figs, our dasheen and yam, cucumbers, and they are organic, most of it organic. So we have to do that. So these are the things that we have to do. So the government is working and trying to ensure that we stay on the right path. Now, I have testimonials, you know, but I want to go to St. Jude. I'm going to open the lines. I don't know if I'll get calls. The numbers on the screen. Not now. Don't call now. 4533-911 and 487-9849. Now, we have testimonials because there are people whose lives, and maybe not them directly, but their families. And there are some people, even if they have not benefited personally, they could see that the policies are redounding to the benefit of everybody, not just a few. And let me just play one. Video 4. We'll play video 4.
Satisfied with the SLP government. And there's a few programs that I like. I mean, the STEP program and the one with the adults where they have the people go in and check the adults. I mean, I have my auntie's husband that is there, and he had to pay somebody to take care of him. I'm really pleased with the fact that they come along and check the people. Also, my daughter is a recipient of a scholarship, and that is awesome. She received a little stipend every month. It really helped me. Other than that, I would not have been able to send her to medical school. I believe he has great things to give. He has potential, and if he keeps his word, he can do great things for this country. I believe if SLP gets another 5 years, they can do a lot more for this country. But I believe the SLP has great programs in place, and if they get another 5 years, only time will tell. With Philippe J. Pierre at the helm of this country as the Prime Minister, I think this country is heading in the right direction, and this country could be great. This country can be great again.
I mean, you're hearing it from the people themselves. You know, I'm not the one talking. You're hearing it. His scholarships. They know what's happening. They know what's happening, and that is the cry. When you go around the country, people are telling you. You know, pensioners are telling you, and pensioners this month. I think your third. What's it? Well, let me put it at bonus. You know, people say election gimmick. No, it would have been an election gimmick if it was only done once. But that's going to be the third iteration, third time. It happened 2 years in a row. And this time you're getting your $600. It came early. And this is not tied to election. This was already promised in the budget, in the appropriations bill in April. It was said early in April. Early April, no, 21st of April, somewhere around there, when the debate in the House. It was said there. It was also said that civil servants, you'll get your a bonus. You know, that's not election gimmick. No, that is a man, and it was done before. So it is not like something that we dreamt up and something. No, you understand? Because Philip J. Pierre always, he kept his word. He says, as long as the economy improves, as long as things continue to improve, more of you will share in the pie. It's a small pie, I understand, but we must benefit from the pie. And that is what's happening. You know, not what used to happen before. It was just others, not us, others who were benefiting. But we are all benefiting. And so we can have these testimonials. Let me just give you another one. A lady in Microsoft, that's video 8 coming up in a while. You know what I mean? Coming up. I mean, she knows. You know, when I tell you people are working and they're seeing the progress and the achievements of this government. I mean, you are represented by a former prime minister. You were in office for 6 years. You neglected these people because what you said, it's a safe seat. That's what the guy said, you know, in the video. You told them when you came, your first sentence was, this is a guaranteed seat. Basically telling people, should I interpret that for you? Maybe you might feel my language too strong. But what you're really saying is that you all have no mind. You know, anything yellow, broomstick. So I am here now in a guaranteed seat. And you're saying that to the people, you're verbalizing that. You're actually telling people, it doesn't matter what you see. It doesn't matter what progress the country is making. You will forget all of that. You are dumb and you'll just vote for me. That's what it meant, you know. I mean, sorry if you think I'm a little rough and thing, but that is what it meant. If somebody comes to tell me that I'm in the government, that they are guaranteed of winning because they know I'll just vote for them regardless. Man, that doesn't speak well of me, you know. That doesn't speak well of me. It says I'm dumb. That I'm just colorblind. And it doesn't matter what it is that's happening. And young people, I don't want you to think so. I want you to look at what is happening and vote according to what is happening. Don't vote against yourself. Don't vote against the youth economy. Don't do that. You could see that the country is well run. People are benefiting. You are benefiting. Your family is benefiting. Vote for that. So let's hear from the lady in Microsoft.
Non, mwen se Befaline mon chéri Clarice. Mwen sorti a don piti kombin yo ka kouye roule bra. Pli bati tou. In 14 long years. Mwen ka hele, mwen ka am kouye. Whilst Mr. James say la pou di wanje si men roule bra. No respond. Chasne, c'était district rep nou. I pa jamais respond. I ka ouve ou Wablancha titou e ki ba ka ouve an roule bra. Let Monsieur Philip J. Pierre become Prime Minister. Shanda Harrison became our parliamentary rep. Moi parle bali et puis right now, merci bon Dieu, nous ni chimé roule bois. Jean roule bois, bravo nous ni chimé roule bois. Monsieur Philippe J. Pierre, merci pour chimé roule bois. Shanda Harrison, merci pour chimé roule bois. Si pas tes zones, pas tes gagnants chimé. Merci. Flambeau must go. Philip J. Pierre will stay.
That is right. You understand? Merci bon Dieu. I mean, you're Prime Minister because you're in a safe seat. Some people say you bought the seat. I will not say that. I don't want to be sued. I don't know that. I have no evidence of that. You understand? But it's a safe seat because you're the leader. You need to have a safe seat. Après c'est pas safe, eh? Après c'est pas safe. That seat belongs to Shanda Lee Harrison. And look up, point about. But it's a safe seat, you said. You're guaranteed. So it didn't matter. You didn't perform. Après ça, vous calvez Kaila, calvez Stella, puisque by show now. So the lady now is saying, and ladies and gentlemen, that's how you have to see it, you know. You vote for progress. You don't vote for a color because that is what you know. Oh, I was born Labour, I was born UWP, and that's what. No, that's not how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to be a patriotic solution. You have to vote for what is best for your country. And what is best for our country now is Philip JP and the St. Lucia Labour Party. This present government, we're returning them to office. Now, no, before I go to St. Jude, let me play one more clip, video 5. And then we go to St. Jude, and if you feel you want to call. If not, I'll talk for the next half hour. So let's play video 5.
If you've ever struggled to find work, worried about paying school fees, or wondered how you'll care for an aging parent, help is here. Through the St. Lucia Social Development Fund, or the SSDF, your government is giving families a fair chance. Over 30,000 people have found jobs through the Short-Term Employment Program, also known as the STEP program. More than 12,000 students have received school assistance because every child deserves to learn. 5,000 families now live in safer homes, and almost 700 caregivers who care for the elderly have finally been made permanent, with weekend care now expanding across the island. This is not charity, it's dignity. This government listens, acts, and cares. Your government is working for you.
This government, it's not charity, it's dignity. It's giving people, raising the standard of living, giving them, and pride in themselves. They have to feel good about themselves so they can walk around knowing that at least, they can survive. They can thrive. They can live a life of, So yeah, Philip JP and the administration, it's about you. It's putting you first. People first. Now, what made me very happy today? The announcement, well, on Tuesday it was, the Prime Minister says, we're going down to Vieux Fort for a big thing, something big. He didn't say what it was. And I didn't want to second guess him. I was like, hey, okay, we're going to Vieux Fort. We're going to take back the lands from T.O.R. King. Because, Vieux Fortians, Choselians, we want that land back, Don't play with Bradley, We want our lands back. That would be another achievement when we get our lands back. We get on, move under that thing hanging over our heads. But the announcement has finally been made. You have the graphic there, picture 1, I think. Just put it up. We're going to Vieux Fort on Sunday. No, we come to the graphic in a while. Let's just say, and at 2 o'clock on Sunday. Now let me just take that. When you give somebody to build a structure for you, a house, a factory, etc., the contractor must do everything as stipulated. And when that is done, he hands over to you the key saying there, it is complete. Structure is complete. So I have to receive that, inspect it and say yes. And then I begin furnishing the structure, whether it's the house, whether it's the factory, whatever it is, whether it's the studio. So on Sunday, the great, I put in great in front of his name, Renuka Jada, who is transforming the physical landscape of this country. He has done his work 1 year ahead of schedule. Now, if there were no supply chain issues, that war with Ukraine and all this, that messed up everything, that hospital would have been handed over long ago, But supply chain issues and all these kind of disruptions, it delayed, but it is still 1 year ahead of schedule. So on Sunday, and Flobos, you don't need to eat your heart out. No, you're a solution. You should be happy. You should be rejoicing. And I want you to think that way. Because I want you to come down there on Sunday too. Even the Teletubbies. We need you down there. You know, you went matching and thing, Papi Show. No, you have, by then you should have a change of heart. You should sit down and reflect upon your bad actions, your misjudgment. And say, nah, I went matching there, I wore Pampers and thing there, but when you really think about it, that was not right. St. Jude is for all of us. That's our health. Your family will reach there. You understand? You might reach there. Care will be provided for you there. So he said, no, now that St. Jude is finished, and there'll be a commissioning. Now, commissioning takes time. So we're going to move the patients gradually over time. But by the end of the year, everything should be in place. So when people say about, oh, it's a shut, no. You hand over the structure, we take it and stuff. And I'm going to play something, show you something on screen in a while. So even the Flabos, don't be a rara because it's not your government who did it. You know, don't do that. As St. Lucians, we ought to feel good and be proud that finally this saga. I heard a fella in a press conference about 300 million. You're not working Minister of Finance. You could provide no evidence of what you said. That's so shut up. The Prime Minister, I'm sure in his address, will speak to all of that because that's what he normally does. Okay? You know, you had a chance to finish and during your 6 years, you did nada. You abandoned ship after the audit you commissioned. You paid almost $1 million for, told you that the building was fit for purpose. You abandoned ship. You abandoned it. But you want to come now and talk all kinds of nonsense. So, ladies and gentlemen, on Sunday, all roads lead to Vieux Fort. Now, you know I may go down there from Saturday. Because I don't think I want to do all that traffic on Sunday. But today is Thursday, I have enough time to decide. We go down to Vieux Fort, where the handing over ceremony is going to take place. The commissioning is going to take place Sunday, November the 16th, at Vieux Fort, St. Jude Hospital, hand over. But they must hand it over to us. We cannot just go. The contractor must hand it over. And after he has handed over, the medical people, the transition team, they're already in place, and the dominoes will fall into place. Now, I know there are some Flabos, oh God, they're not sleeping, they're angry. But why are you angry? You ought not to be. You should be happy. You should be singing, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus, and giving Philip J. Pierre his praises. John Peters wrote a wonderful article. It's kind of lengthy. I'll not read it this morning. But it tells you why this mystery man, delivered. But let us pause. While we pause, we're going to play a few things, and I'll come back to St. Jude. All right, I'll take a little break there now.
From 2021, this country has seen progress. We've seen 4 steady years of economic growth. We've seen a return of the laptop program. We've seen the implementation of the minimum wage. We've seen the construction of the Northern Divisional Police Headquarters. We've seen the construction of the Miku Jetty. We've seen a lot of leaps and bounds taken in the Ministry of Agriculture. We've seen facilities fees being paid for every student attending secondary school. We've seen a return of the subvention to National Trust. We've seen a return of the distress fund. We've seen a return of the police vote. We've seen so many vehicles unparalleled in nature being given to the police in our effort to fight crime. We've seen the reconstruction of custody suites, which was demolished by the last administration without any iota of justification. I could go on and on, but trust me, this interview is too short for me to really list out all the benefits of having this SLP government in office, led by the man who takes and has the people's interests at heart, the man Philip Joseph Pierre. The last 4 years have been arguably the best for St. Lucians in recent memory. Our theme was putting people first. And in every facet of national development, national programming, this is what we've done. We've been able to refurbish scores of primary and secondary schools. We've been making massive investments in housing at the community level. And even our hospital infrastructure has received a tremendous amount of investment and resources. The school children have a lot to be thankful for. The elderly folk through the home care program. And even more specifically, how we've been able to enhance the circumstances of pensioners is something that is being spoken about, and it is something that resonates not only on St. Lucian shores, but even in the wider Caribbean. People are speaking very glowingly about our government's intervention in terms of increasing pension and pension benefits. We look after the poor and indigent, but we are the same government that ensures that there is this investment climate and atmosphere where millions of dollars and billions of dollars can come into the country as foreign direct investment to ensure that massive projects are undertaken. And very importantly, it speaks to the level of confidence that people have in this Philip J. Pierre administration.
In the last 4 years, we've seen the implementation of a minimum wage in St. Lucia. We've seen the increase in pensions to individuals. We've seen the most laptops given. We've seen the most scholarships ever given. We've seen the most support given to St. Lucia Fire Service. Most resources in terms of vehicles and equipment given to the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. We've seen the Youth Economy Agency, where now young individuals can turn their hobbies and skills into viable employment opportunities. We've seen the most support given to young people in this country. Real care, real protection. That's progress you can count on.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Thanks for staying with us, people first. I hope I'm not boring you. You know, we need to remind ourselves, of the achievements of this government. And St. Jude is a major achievement. The Prime Minister said that, don't worry. And if you read John Peters' article, you'll understand why this man is a genius. He no fanfare, nothing. He listened to his technocrats. He followed advice. He did what he had to do. And St. Jude is finally delivered. That is why I don't care what people say. No matter what state I am in, I'll be traveling. I'll be there, God willing, to see this, to be part of this historic day. Now, let me just tell you, when people talk their nonsense, well, commissioning will take time because, you don't just troop to one more. Just put patience there. Gradually, they're coming in, one by one, slowly, and every area. Dr. Sherry, Venus Sherry, I saw his thing because he was there making sure that the place is ready. They're preparing the place, prepping the place, and the place is ready. And he did a whole hour alive, showing and telling you, dismiss the noise, tune out from the noise, because there are some people who are just washy. And you ought not to be as a solution. Do not follow that path. Do not get that vexed like what Sarah telling you. Don't do that. We are delivering St. Jude for us. We need it. And let me tell you what, the St. Jude's Hospital, I think they have a page, and this is what they say. As we continue, it's on the screen, I'm sure, gradually, yes. As we continue, the commissioning of St. Jude Hospital, it's not St. Jude's, please. People keep saying St. Jude. They're adding an S. There's no S, it's St. Jude. As we continue the commissioning of St. Jude Hospital, here are some of the key service expansions you agree, Guadisa, you can look forward to. Listen, when people talking in nonsense. Bed capacity. Increase capacity across all wards to improve patient flow and reduce congestion. Increase bed capacity. It's on the screen, you can read it with me. Emergency department. It's a larger unit with more treatment bays, from a minor injuries area and improve isolation facilities. It's some to buy a Godilla, man. Diagnostics, the addition of a CT scan, HIS, I guess that's histology or something, expanded laboratory with molecular testing and blood bank. You see, everything big A. That's Texas, man. To buy Pligouan, Texas, you be. To buy Pligouan, St. Jude. Surgical services increased from 2 to 3 theaters. 3. Higher throughput, enhanced minimally invasive surgery. Yeah, you know, we don't like all these cuts and things. So 3 theaters. So of course, maternal and child health, expanded maternity unit with enhanced neonatal care with HDU and NICU. Now, don't put these abbreviations if you don't spell out because mass have keys are here. But it is good. Once it's there, it's good. Next time, spell out the thing, and then put the abbreviation. All right? Renal services, more hemodialysis stations. I guess, people doing the, what do you call it? Yeah, the dialysis thing. Rehabilitation, larger, Tudbai say larger, man. Tudbai say Pligouan. Larger physiotherapy unit, expanded scope of rehabilitative programs. And support services, expanded, okay, bigger and better. Expanded pharmacy, modernized CSSD. Next time, write it out in full. All right, improved catering, laundry, and maintenance. And they put a few pictures there to show you how first class the Flobos you heard that is what you call first class, not cladding. Cladding is not first class. A big box is not first class. It is the services that are offered that makes the facility first class. And St. Jude, hey, the Mashkai, Makadu, you wanna invite me? It's okay. It's okay. Now you fit come. Hadi, Naila. We opening. And you heard that everything is bigger and better in Vieux-Fort. That is true? So, Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, 2 o'clock. Let the games begin. So we hand over, and before December is ended, but we'll be back in office. I mean, the patients center will be fully commissioned and transitioned. We're not going to call anybody from outside to pay them $24 million to help us transition. We have local experts. Don't forget, it's the local experts that have us now 4 years of positive economic growth, enabling the Prime Minister to give a bonus to civil servants. These were the same experts that this other guy kicked. He said that they did not have the skill sets to prepare the budget. Imagine that. So St. Jude, we're coming. We are coming. We are coming. So the handover, correct. You have to do things in stages. You must hand over. So it is delivered, it is complete, and it is ready. I got a call last night from my brother called me and said, man, you should see that, man. The place is like, and at night you swear you're in a hotel when the lights are on and everything, man. Ooh, you're not in solution. So we're very happy. Now I'm going to open the lines. If you call me, that's fine. All right? I think that's a phone call. All right. Good. Pleasant. Not yet. Okay, we just testing for sound. So it's 4533911. I know the WhatsApp number, I don't know it. But it's on the screen, you could see. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, all roads lead to St. Jude. St. Jude, not St. Jude's, please. Don't make that mistake. It is St. Jude. There's no S in St. Jude. It is St. Jude Hospital. Let me get my stuff for all right, that's a call there now. Yes, good morning. Thanks for calling People First.
I want to congratulate you and tell you are so right. When you see these guys are saying that even though the government is doing well, just vote for them. This is what they're about. The government is doing very good. Right. And they're not just coming to stop the youth economy. They're coming to stop the administrative, the Hall of Justice. They're coming to stop all the GPH projects. They're coming to stop many, how do you call that one? Where they look after the old people.
Yeah, yes.
And those guys had already closed that project and the government reinstated it.
Right.
They're coming to close that too.
Right.
That where that program where the people, that's a nice program, I think it is.
Yes.
Yeah, the nice program. They're going to stop all these things because they had already stopped it. So I'm calling on St. Lucians and urging them, do what's right for themselves and for the children, the future of the children. Because these people are
Yes.
You know, this is something we have to maintain, that this government remain there. Keep Honorable Philip JP another 5 years. And I'm very glad for these young ladies who are coming up there. Because, you know, the women are doing very good in politics. Huh? We can take through Barbados with, you know, Mayor Motley, and, you know. And I'm calling on, I'm very congratulating to these ladies coming there. Hoping that this young lady will make Shasme teach him a lesson long there. When they finish with him there, they will sue. You can appeal it globally by way. Yeah, block chess. You're going to get a block chess after this election.
Oh, yes.
Thank you, sir, and continue your good work.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Yes. They're coming to stop everything, you know, because he's demolition man. Don't forget it. I mean, when a man can stop the subvention to the Blind Welfare Association, how why? When you're going to stop a subvention to the Blind Welfare Association, people. Yeah, another call. Good morning. Thanks for calling people first. Let's have your question. Go ahead with your comment. Okay, we lost that call. Sorry about that. Maybe that person was just testing or trying to tap the line there, but that's all right. You know, somebody saying the funds to complete St. Jude was of course. I'm of the opinion that the box should never have existed. You spent 18? I don't want to be right. I mean 180, 118. Doesn't matter. You spent over $100 million on a box. I mean, if you are if you are a leader, you would have done the right thing. The right thing was to get the people out of the stadium at the earliest. And you should have invested that money instead. Spend that money completing the structure, as Philip JP has done. And our patients and doctors would have been out of the stadium long ago. Long ago. Instead, you stopped. Man, this fella's getting me vexed. Yes, good morning. Thanks for calling people first.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I keep on getting some money in November. I wonder if
Why it's a little muffled? Maybe the mic's too close. Maybe hello, I'm not hearing you too clearly. I'm not sure if it's your line or so.
I say I keep on hearing pensioners getting something in November.
Oh, no, yeah, I have not heard anything. So if I hear anything, if we hear anything,
pensioners, pensioners.
Yes, I know. I got that. I'm saying if we hear anything, you see, if Hambun, this fellow Frank Tsunami Mayas are not gifted Cabot these lands for next to nothing, maybe NIC would have had a lot more money. You know, they'd have had lands valued at $90 million and stuff. You know, they could have done that and sold the land and make hundreds of millions of dollars in profit. But you know, Frank Tsunami decided otherwise, and they only made $2 million in profit. But if I hear anything, I'll let you know.
Oh, okay.
All right, thank you. All right, so I was saying, yeah, this guy took me off a little while, but that's okay. You know, yeah, I was saying the box should never have existed. Let's think logically, people. Let's be critical. Had these guys invested that 100, because I'm of the view that that box was just a way to siphon money into people's account. When you tell me somebody got $2 million for doors for that box, collected in advance, but there are no doors there. So what does that tell you? The corruption. You commissioned an audit report. You commissioned it. It told you that whatever defects could have been corrected, and we have seen that. Reno corrected all the defects. All the defects were corrected. You understand? You could have invested the money and St. Jude would have been completed years ago, before you demitted office, before we kicked you out of office in 2021. So the box had no reason to exist. Good morning. Thanks for calling people first. Good morning.
Yeah, well, Terry, how you doing?
I'm good, man.
That's the language I like to have. Call a spade a spade. That thing about money was wasted. Money was never wasted. Money was stolen.
Stolen, man.
That's the language.
Yes.
And that is why we will never get out from where we are, because we are too hypocritical. That box was exclusively to siphon money from government.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Ernst & Young is how you siphon money from government. You know?
Yes.
All these, even the Bois de Mall, somebody gets very rich on that project. So I can clearly see the politicians of the former administration, they have a lot of millionaires. Millionaires. Hence the reason why I'm so disappointed with the special prosecutor up to now. And I hope in a change, or after the election, when this government sits there again, more gentleman have to go. We have to make these people bring our money back for us. Where is the 20 million that ended up going in Panama? Where is it now? You know, too much money has left the taxpayers there. You know, and I want you. I don't know if you have that video, the one where Ralph Gonzaga is saying shattering the West Prime Minister.
Yeah, we have it. We have it.
Please, if you have that, I would appreciate if you could bring that to me. And that is the right word. That is the right word. Stolen, not wasted. Money was never wasted. That whole John Compton done, and an engineer was being paid $150,000 a month. How do you justify that?
Actually, it's 375. One was paid 150, one was paid 125, and one was paid 100,000.
How do you justify poor people
overinflated contracts? Direct awards.
$10 on the water bill to the silt. You have not even silted 5% of the dam. You are paying engineers $150,000, $175,000 a month. You're telling me that does not need to be investigated? No, man. This gentleman has to go, Terry. He has to go.
Yes.
In fact, he should be packing up all now. So,
oh yes.
I am disappointed with this guy, and St. Lucia should never accept that. Those monies was stolen from the Treasury, not wasted. Thank you, bro.
Thank you. Yes, as I say, that box had no reason to exist, you know, because we have another caller. Thanks for calling People First. Go ahead.
Hey, Teacher Fallon, how are you?
All right. Wait, just now. We're just trying to adjust something to the volume. Go ahead now. Let's see if we have you.
Yeah, sorry, just giving you a shout from the UK. Let me tell you, that for me, I believe that box was not a box complicated. That box was just a box to siphon whatever the cash cow had. That was it.
Yes, I believe that.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It was a slush fund.
They never had the intention to finish the box, to complete the box.
Yes.
And to give St. Lucians a new hospital. They never had that intention.
Yeah, because $2 million for doors. No door? Anyway, we have another call coming in.
Yeah, I mean, that's ridiculous.
All right, thank you. All right.
No problem, you're welcome.
Good morning. Let's have your thanks for calling People First. Go ahead, please.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing very well. I'm very happy this morning, man.
You happy this morning?
Yes, very.
Yeah. Where does that leave me? Come on. Sunday is going to be really very significant for me and the people of the South. And that does not mean that I am riding. I know Sunday is going to be significant for a lot of people in this country. Historic and all of that. But Sunday, oh my God, I can't wait. But Terry, in all of that, you know, last night was a master stroke. Last night, man, masterful piece of strategy done by the mystery man. And if we were to win 17 knots, last night gave us 18 knots. Because, hello, that introduction of Edmund Estefan and the acceptance and embrace of Edmund Estefan by the St. Lucia Labour Party, that stroke of camaraderie and the love of his family, the strength, the support, that shows that we are more than ready to continue governance in this country. Today, after the announcement, you have the election, you're sure of that. You start to say, you can shake it in your head, it is St. Jude. I bet you're going to let that. No problem. If it's for that they crying, then they have a lot of crying to do still. If it's for that they crying, December 1st coming,
Hearing. Thank you very much. Yeah. So the box,
People, that is why I think we ought to show, we ought to have our prime ministers back. You see, on Sunday, we have to make that statement because we have to give him that vote, let him know that he has an army behind him, and we have to, because leadership, I defined that for you early on. It is doing the right thing. It is not just doing things right, you know, that's management, but doing the right thing. And he has done the right thing by the people of St. Lucia. We have another call. Thanks for calling People First.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good job as always.
Thank you.
I have to add my voice. Let me tell you, we cannot ever stop reminding Shastney and his gang and the people of St. Lucia of the misdeed that those guys did, which was tantamount to pure wickedness, in my opinion.
Yeah.
We have to keep reiterating the wickedness that was done to us, taxpayers, and the type of burden that those guys have already placed on unborn generations. When you tell me the Brazilian politician funding was already in place to build that, and the guy did not do that 5+ years.
Yeah.
The Larry Shoes Health Center, right? The cry for help. The cry for help that's coming from the opposition there is just pure hypocrisy and wickedness. You all were in a position to build the Larry Shoes Health Center. Funding was sought. Everything was in place to take care of the people's health, young and old, middle-aged, poor, rich. And you all spent 5+ years. You all never did that. That millions of dollars that was extorted for the dredging of the dam, right? And less than 10% of the job was completed. Removing or stopping funds to the Blind Welfare Association. I mean, I keep saying only a wicked and evil person can have an institution like that of funds. The box, I agree with you, should have never existed. In my opinion, the box equals corruption, corruption equals the box. Because I can remember there was a report that was done, or that was a commission, saying that the structure needed about $40 million or so to complete. I stand corrected on the figure. And it was about 75 to 80% complete. That was before Shastney came in power. And when they came, they saw that report, they found it, they just put that aside, and they went into an equation. Box equals corruption, corruption equals box, and we can get rich overnight. We have to keep reminding those people of this and all the other wickedness, in my humble opinion, that was done to us, the people of St. Lucia. I thank you, sir.
Thank you very, 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 very much. You know, I mean, the issues are there. It's true we are highlighting, we're going to this election highlighting our achievements, but we shall not let them forget. And if Shelton will permit, next week, the list, we're going to go through those lists again, the list of crimes. And my list is not complete. I'm going to complete it over the weekend. You understand? While I'm chilling, waiting, I'll complete it, because we need to let the young, especially the young people, hello, these people are not in your interest. These are wicked people. Any man that will stop us of vengeance to the Blind Welfare Association is a wicked man. Don't tell me how much you change. So we going down on Sunday, St. Jude, and that's a major, I mean, when you really think of Philip JP's accomplishment, the ascension to the CCJ, and in the next iteration, I expect us to go full republic. I mean, that's just the next logical step. We have already linked, and then we have to complete that, you know, sever all ties to the monarchy and stuff. You know that you go to the house and you're pledging allegiance to His Majesty the King. Kisa, no. That must stop. We have to pledge our allegiance to the people and citizens of St. Lucia. So the next iteration, we're going republic. So we are essential to the CCJ, the introduction and implementation of the minimum wage. And now St. Jude to be delivered. That alone is worthy of re-election. Good morning. Thanks for calling People First. Good morning. Thanks for calling People First.
Yes, let me just bring on that volume.
You speak a little louder. Yes, please.
Yes. Morning.
Morning. Good morning.
Yeah. Yeah. Morning.
Go ahead. We're hearing you.
What I want to say, I'm talking about Edmond Estefan. I'm talking about Edmond Estefan.
Yes, go ahead. Yes, thank you.
Estefan is from the All Blacks Veterans team, the All Blacks Veteran Club of January. It is one of the clubs that is producing a number of the political figures of Dennery over the past 20 years. We look back at the club. It has produced Edmund Estefan himself. It also produced Mr. Albert Fregis, who is usually on the show with you. It also produced Benson Emil, and this club also produced Alfred Prosper. So within the club, these guys come together and look to represent St. Lucia in whatever way they can. Two of the four men I mentioned have gone up for the United Workers' Party, and two of them have gone up for the SLP. Okay? And they're from the same club. All right? So what we saw last night with Estefan and Stabach is the camaraderie that exists within the All Blacks club. It has always existed. Okay? So what I want to say to I know John Estefan very well because I'm a former...
Try to wrap up, and my time is up, so try to do it fast, please.
And I know John has contributed to the St. Lucia National Cricket Association. But in terms of his association with the St. Lucia Labour Party and his brother Edmund, and also Andy Daniel, I know for a long time Edmund Estefan was...
All right, sir. I don't want to interrupt you, but hello. Yeah, the time is on us there. Unfortunately, I mean the hour went by so quickly. Thank you, Nigel, for your expertise there. That was wonderful. We shall do that again by next week. I think we're doing 3 days: Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. The workload is increasing, but I trust that you'll be with us so that we can begin as we head down to the 1st of December. Just dwell on the achievements of the government. Not only that, and I'll let you know of the crimes that were committed against us by Alan Shastey and his government. Adios. See you this afternoon on The Real Issues.